Oh my God!
It was late. It was late.
We were swimming in another dimension. I don't know what that was. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Golden Boot Podcast. How is everybody doing tonight? We are excited. I am very excited. We have a lot.
Okay. We're getting started.
Steph already coming in hot. I love it. Yeah, we got a lot. So we're going to get this thing kicked off real quick here. We've all had a great week. We've all had Chris is like, I don't know. I've been working a lot. Hey, I mean, you know, it's okay. So what's up, everybody? We're going to get straight into it tonight. I don't know what's going on here. Can everybody hear me good? I don't know what. Something is weird with my microphone.
I'm going to be honest. Your mic sounds a little off tonight.
I don't know. It's weird.
That's bad. That's
better.
bad.
I think I found it. There we go. It's better. Okay. We're going to get straight into it tonight. Let's just jump into an icebreaker here. And I think we're going to talk. We've got a collective one tonight. So we're going to be real quick. So let's jump into our icebreaker. Let's go.
All right. You're on delay big time tonight, George.
I don't know. I have no idea, man. Who knows? All right. Everybody hear me good? Okay. Crystal clear. All right. So let's get into this because I'm excited. So this is the calm before the storm, gentlemen. And what do we mean by that? I mean, it is the calm before the storm, right? It's rivalry week, so there is a lot of deals.
Stop it, Seth. We do not lose to Tennessee.
It's rivalry week, and it's the Monday before rivalry week, right? So I think y'all should shut the Golden Boots. I mean, you're not wrong. I don't know if I'm sounding okay. I'm feeling something's up with this.
Now we can't hear you at all.
George has entered the transfer. Anyway, while George is preparing, are you back?
Nope.
You are quiet.
Can't hear you, George.
All right. I will do some talking then while we are waiting on him.
We're
going to be previewing rivalry week. It's a big week in football. It's Thanksgiving week. Obviously, everybody's going to be eating a lot of turkey, eating a lot of stuffing, hopefully eating some deviled eggs. I'm staring at my wife right as I say that. Bunch of good football this week. You got the Egg Bowl, the Iron Bowl. Chris has a whole list. I can't even get them all. The Civil War. I mean, it's a fun week in football.
Yep.
George, are you back, sir?
I don't think he is. Nope.
I can hear the lowest mumble.
I can't hear him at all.
So quiet. George is what show he quit. Dang. But no, so while we have this right here, I don't think it's a game we're previewing, but Seth is in the comments. You are talking about Vandy and
18 years ago yesterday. Do you know what happened? Jay Cutler beat the University of Tennessee in Neyland Stadium. The first Vanderbilt win in 26 tries. Okay, so things have changed a little bit in that rivalry. They no longer have a 26-game winning streak against us. And if we're being real, over the past 11 seasons, Vanderbilt currently leads that series 5-4. Now, Tennessee fans will argue with you and say that they lead the series 6-5. But remember, they had to vacate 2 seasons of wins.
Hey, vacating counts. So
if they have to vacate them, They can't count them. Therefore, they only have 4, and we lead that series over the last 11 years.
Okay.
And Seth, here's the thing. I know we both want Clark Lee gone, but unfortunately, our athletic director did come out this week and say she envisions him being our coach next week or next year. And as that, there will be changes on the staff done. So at least
testing 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Hey.
Praise Jesus. I don't know what happened. I just had to reset my whole deal there. So I guess something was up there. I can hear you guys good. So, anyway, go ahead. Continue. I'm listening.
So, yeah, we'll have staff changes, but Clark Lee will be back next year. But I'm calling for an upset. The way Tennessee has played the last few weeks, I'm calling for the upset. Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
12. Tennessee 7.
12-7.
Yes.
Wait, are you talking about Iowa, Illinois, or?
No, we're gonna do better than Iowa. We're going 12-7.
Oh my gosh, man, y'all are wilding. y'all are wilding.
That's what we do, right?
I mean, that's what we do. Yes. So, did y'all do the Arkansas game in the time?
We did not, but we did mention Iowa there, though, right?
You did. Okay. Yeah.
So, how about Iowa, Nebraska?
Yeah, Troy. Listen, he's such a jack. There is no gay lovers triangle going on here, there, buddy. Nope.
Our brothers up there in Big Ten country, the Big Ten backers.
Yeah.
They might enjoy this. Did you know Iowa has set another record this week?
Another record? Yes.
For the third straight week, they have set the record for the lowest over-under ever.
Yeah, for real.
Haven't they been?
And they've hit the under the last 6 games in a row, and they're 5-1 in those games.
That's right. And what, Minnesota's the one that beat them?
Something like that.
I think it was Minnesota.
That, yeah, Minnesota beat them.
That's wild.
We actually got video of Kirk Ferentz celebrate that they've set the record for the 3rd week in a row. You want to see it?
Yeah, let's see it.
Don't move that limbo bar. You be a limbo star.
It's not wrong.
How low can you go?
How low can you go? Yeah. I mean, 12-7 actually does, to be fair, Seth, it absolutely does sound like an Iowa score. So if Vandy wins and I storm the field, me being the only one, will the Golden Boot post bail for me?
We got you.
Seth, we got you.
We got
we
because
got
we
you.
know Vandy ain't winning that game. So.
Right. We got you. We got you. No problem there. So Arkansas, Missouri, and all my stuff is gone, guys. I had to cut out and go. It's fine. I can upload it here in just a minute. Just a mess.
Hey, how about
when we have technical issues? What?
How about we go to a quick break?
Yeah.
Everybody get their bearings back together, and then we jump back in.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna go to a quick break, and we're gonna let's see. Let's do this. Let's go to what y'all think. Let's hear from IcyBreeze. Be right back.
IcyBreeze is the world's first portable air conditioner and cooler. A premium ice cooler that doubles as an eco-friendly portable air conditioner. This is not a swamp cooler, just blowing air across ice. Over 60 parts and components allow IcyBreeze to achieve what no other product in the world can do. The secret behind the IcyBreeze is an innovative design that circulates chilled ice water through a heat exchanger in the lid, replacing the Freon used in most ACs. Fresh air is drawn from hidden vents in the top of the cooler, pulled across the exchanger, and chilled down to 35 degrees cooler than the outside air. A 3-speed fan control delivers IcyBreeze's dry, cold air up to 25 miles per hour, just like a car AC. And a stay-put flex hose directs the breeze in any direction. Wherever you need it, IcyBreeze helps you beat the heat.
That went a little bit quicker than anticipated.
And George,
I would love to not be muted by my own daggum computer.
We need to
Can
figure out how to
somebody
fix that.
Yeah, it's called Get Better Computer and a Better RAM. So it is what it is.
that being said, if you would like to donate to get George a new computer, you can send money to a Cash App, $Slowco Mania, and we will buy George a new computer.
Yeah. All right, let's do this one real quick because I know this is a hot topic. Michigan, this is great. Apparently, they have no problem sign stealing everybody else's stuff, but if anybody tries to steal theirs, there's a problem. Check this out.
About me, and he addressed the Heisman hype that was really a big part of his season so far, and he said none of that happens without the way my team plays. Last week he could not have been happier for his guys. He has an infectious personality. They rave about his presence, the way.
Yeah. So I guess you can say all is fair in love and war, and it's fair for everyone else, but I want this guy's job, okay? I want to be the guy that looks like somebody stepped on his cat and killed it and moves a Michigan sign in front of a camera on national television to make sure that nobody sees inside of the hoe. You talk about taking your job seriously at the wrong time. At the wrong time.
Absolutely.
Big Tim Backer
So-
says, I studied astrology at Michigan University. What will sending money get me?
It will get you a personal trip from Hunter Jaworski to your residence. You can have him for the evening.
There you go. I love it.
So, if you've been paying
ahead.
attention to the Michigan story, okay, we all get it. Michigan stole signs. They're going to get punished.
Yeah.
Okay, that's that. But if the accusations that Michigan has made end up proving to be true, then Ohio State, Rutgers, Purdue, they're all in on it. Because what we do know is that Ohio State has been accused of taking 3 years of game film and making a laminated card for all of the Big Ten opponents of Michigan with all of their plays for 2 years running.
If you ain't winning, you ain't cheating.
Spoken like a true Tennessee fan.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, buddy. That's
Most
funny.
violations in NCAA history, and they escaped without probation.
Tony, careful. You can't
It's okay.
say that
Chris
out
wants to
loud.
be a mattress, so it's all good.
That's true. That's true. He really does. There's a lot of repercussions from an investigation like that, Sarah says. I agree.
Sure.
Yeah.
No one's scandals like the Big Ten. Yeah, you ain't lying.
This is true.
So now I have to warn everybody. There's a little bit of language in this. If I can find it real quick, let me find this real quick because this is gold. But if you watch the App State JMU game, right? That was quite an escapade. And I don't think very many people thought that App State would pull this out.
Hey, shout out to Dominic.
Everybody, right? Oh, he told me he was running across his living room, that kind of excited. So
That's awesome.
this is going to have some language in it. So if you have virgin ears, I'm sorry. But this is probably the greatest heel flip I've ever seen happen. Just watch this.
best fans in the entire country when it comes to college football. Listen to that. It's absurd. It is. Now, when I woke up this morning, I didn't just wake up all willy-nilly. I put on my purple shirt so I could rep JMU up here because I love what they do. You'd have to be an idiot to pick App State. So good. And they should let them bowl. And the thing about when they go to the bowl game, though, they'll have one loss because App State is beating JMU because JMU isn't good at football. App State runs shit around the Appalachian Mountains. You guys might be rowdy fans, but your football team isn't there yet. Yeah, flip me off. Sorry, you can't deal with the reality of the situation that you're in. Mountaineers, baby, they're gonna dog shit all over this dumb place. App State forever. Yeah, fuck you too. How suck you? Look at that. No, I don't. I just checked. Someone bring shit up here then. Someone poop and bring shit up here.
That was uncalled for.
Don't do it.
These people
Don't
are
do
big
it.
us.
That's my truth. Put that where the sun don't shine, bitch.
Oh gosh. So there you go. There you go. And what's crazy about that is it worked.
That
App
was fantastic.
State pulled out the victory, and absolutely put a damper on JMU's hopes. I think everybody just got distracted by JMU and this whole undefeated season thing and them not going to a bowl. But Pat McAfee, once again, the GOAT. That man is amazing with anything he touches. I love him on game day personally. I think
I like him professional.
he brings a
wrestling.
much needed spark to game day for sure.
Have either of you watched him wrestle
boring.
before?
Yeah, he's
Dude.
pretty stout.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
So while we're doing these recaps, would you like to take a look at Colorado's season in general?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Now, y'all, Colorado started out 3-0. Everybody had them win the national championship. But take a check on what happened with their season.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Play it again.
I'm calling the sheriff's department. I just got assaulted by this old fuck.
I don't know if you can hear him. He goes, the story behind that is, that is a live look at Colorado season. The story behind that is that actually happened, I believe, in Florida, of course. Why? Because everything happened in Florida. And this old man decided to run his scooter over freshly poured cement. And the owner of the cement company wasn't having it. So it's like, I'm calling the cops. He goes, "You're not calling the effing sheriff's department."
And speaking of Colorado,
And if you look really
Colorado
close,
boys.
you can actually see Dion driving that little scooter. he ran it plumb off the wheel.
Prime time.
And now-
Prime time. Listen, should Texas A&M pursue prime time? Really? Should they do that?
No.
no.
No. Wait a minute. Are you guys a fan of Texas A&M, or is this like the logical? Because I would love for them to go after prime.
I mean,
I think that would be hilarious.
LSU fan of me would love it, but the logical fan of me is like, don't do it. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and show the video from the Colorado game the other night that just made me scratch my head. And so I want to get everybody's opinions in the comments. Go ahead, Chris.
But to address that question, the logical fan in me says, as soon as his boys are done playing college football, he's going to
Yeah.
retire. The man can't even walk a practice. So,
Yeah.
and he's the only coach his kids have ever had. I think when his
Right.
kids are done, he retires.
I can see that.
He's got too many health problems to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so here is a video from the game the other night when Colorado got blown out by Washington State to officially be put in last place in the pack. So check this out.
Someone else to help them in reforming the Pac-12. And there's a strip by Shiloh.
They're going to call it
They're going to
down.
say
Yeah.
down by contact.
Yeah, they ruled
Boy.
it down by contact.
Well, that whistle came quickly. Shiloh thought that he had a strip. He was not down.
After review, the runner's knee was not down when the ball came loose. Therefore, the recovery is valid. It will be first down, Colorado.
Wow. How about that?
At least they got it right on replay.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least they did. And truth be told, it could have been worse. If it was run back for a touchdown and then called, oh, man. Oof.
So
That
my
was
thing
way
on it is
bad.
this, like, just let the play finish. Let them finish the play. If it looks like it's a strip fumble like that,
Right.
let them finish the play. See what happens. And just go from there, because I would rather them make the wrong call in the field in terms of, oh, no, he ran the ball an extra – let's say he got a touchdown, and then them have to call it back. I would rather that than, oh, he got the ball, but we thought the guy was down. And, yeah, so
Right.
just let the play finish.
Yeah. Well, that being said, I think that's all of our icebreakers. I don't know. If you you know what, I need to say this because we got several people in here watching right now, and we appreciate the support so much. There's an Eagles Chiefs game going on. Yeah. So if you look down at the banner down at the below, I didn't do this at the beginning because we were so discombobulated, but please like, share, follow the stream. There's 11 people in here right now. So if you could like, follow, share with all your friends, family, whatever, that helps us out so much. Thank you so much. I see a couple people sharing and liking. And then follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. We're on Twitch. Shout out to our Twitch family. YouTube. Yeah, Twitch, please. Follow us there and subscribe. That's going to be awesome. We're going to have a lot more YouTube content coming out here pretty soon. TJ says, I don't care much about the NFL. I'd much rather a golden boot. Hey, we'd much rather you be here as well. Yes. Follow us on Twitter at Golden Podcasts. TikTok, Golden Media Sports. YouTube is Golden Media Sports Network. And if you have any questions, email us at the Golden Boot Podcast at Gmail.
He knows where I got it.
Yes.
He knows where I got it.
Seth, I swear, man, are you in here? I think you're in here, man.
Yeah, he
you're
knows
like
exactly where
it's
I
so
got it.
Weird. How did you? I got to know how this man found us. First off, second of all, how he's such in tune with us, man. So yeah, thank you so much for people joining in and liking and sharing. I appreciate it so much. With that being said, let's get into our bone crusher.
Well,
I have one.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
We have a request.
What request?
I've already done this.
What did you do?
I have to say, Dustin, it's pretty bad the Tennessee trails in this series over the last 11 years. It's changed. We do lead the series 5-4 because there's 2 games in there that you cannot count. And the way Tennessee's played the last two or 3 weeks, Vanderbilt wins this game 12-7, and Nico throws 3 interceptions in his first extended performance.
Oh Lord, yes.
Is Nico getting the start?
Wait, he said please review. Is he talking about review the Georgia-Tennessee game? Because we will. We will.
It's senior day in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that Josh Heupel has married Joe Milton.
Mm-hmm.
He's married to him just the way Pruitt was married to JG. He's not coming off of that. So I feel like Joe Milton's going to start, probably play the first quarter, and then you'll see Nico. And I'm ready.
TJ, look at this. Absolute dog shiitake take of the week by Vandy.
5-4 in the last 11 years.
Seth says Nico doesn't start since it's senior day, but Nico will play a majority of the games since he can redshirt him because he hasn't played more than 4 games. That's probably true. That's probably a fair assessment.
It'll be his 4th appearance.
All right.
I want to see him ball out.
I want to see CJ Taylor just rip his shoulder pads off. Hit him so hard hit him so hard his shoulder pads fall off.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Let's hear from Rogue Energy real quick, and then we'll get into our Bone Crushers. This is the Golden Boot Podcast.
Yo, what's going on? This is Jacob Hester, former LSU running back, here to tell you about a brand new college football podcast, the Golden Boot Podcast. Give it a listen, give it a try, give it a follow. They're going to work hard to be your new favorite podcast.
You're listening to the Golden Boot Podcast. Stay golden.
All right. Welcome back to the Golden Boot Podcast. Real quick, before we get into our Bone Crusher, I got to ask Cody, because you got some of this Rogue Energy. Which was your favorite flavor, by the way?
Oh, Tropical Breeze all day.
Tropical Breeze all day. What does it taste like to you?
All right, so it has a hint of like mango, but stronger on the pineapple side, I'd say. But it's just, I'm trying to think of something to compare it to. Honestly, if you get one of those like the tropical what's the juice company out there that sells the juices in the stores?
Oh, is it the Cowabunga guy?
No, Minute Maid.
Yeah. Minute Maid.
A little tropical drink that they have. It's like that with a little bit of carbonation to it, and it's really good. And honestly, man, it does some wonders.
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know why you're not considered a familiar face according to the chat.
He is a familiar face.
You are a familiar face, bro. You're in here every week. I don't know who said you're not. Capri Sun. Is that what you're talking about? Capri Sun, hell of a tropical drink for $5.
Man, Capri Sun's on my crap list. They use half the sugar they used when we were kids, so it doesn't taste.
I know, and it tastes like water with a little bit of hint of flavor. Go ahead, Chris.
Yes.
See, Seth knows. He just knows.
He knows.
He listens to the best radio program, Drive Time, in Nashville, just like I do.
He does.
You know, he knows.
He does.
And yes, if we can get Ron Slay on here for a Christmas show, all day long, I'm bringing Ron Slay's butt up in here for an interview. The only requirement I have is he cannot get in the baby yoga pose. And if you're an NFL fan, you know what that refers to.
All right. So now it's time to get into Bone Crushers. But first, before we get into it, we do have some breaking news. We have some live footage that has never been seen before. Got live footage of every Alabama fan checking all the SEC scores over the weekend. Check this out. I wonder why. I tell you why, because today's Bone Crusher, I'm coming after you, Kenny. I'm doing it right now, okay? I know you're working. I don't care, and I really hope you pull this up at lunch. Buddy, let's have a chat, shall we? You're going to brag about destroying Arkansas 48-10 in our house, whatever. I don't even really care anymore, to be quite honest, because this is even better to me. You do that, then go home and get destroyed by New Mexico State by 21 in your own house. I'm just saying, this will be, listen, here's my Bone Crusher of the week. You ready? This will be, mark it down. This will be the worst rated Iron Bowl in the history of any Iron Bowl. I don't care. The one last year with Cadillac Williams, it will be better than the one this year with Hugh Freeze.
For sure.
It is mind-blowing to me how up and down this horrendous team is, right? Arkansas's got its own problems, right? We had to fire our offensive coordinator halfway through the year.
Shut up.
Because he quiet. Because he sold us some snake oil. But I'm just saying, we're not the ones that got blown out by New Mexico State at home. Okay?
I don't want to hear you crying about snake oil when Clark Lee sold me snake oil. Just shut up.
So I'm telling you right now, this will be the worst rated Iron Bowl in the history of every Iron Bowl. And so, chat, you got to help me out here. You comments, get in here. Is it or is it not? I need somebody to agree with me or disagree. There's no way it's not going to be. How can you even pick Auburn to even come close to winning this ball game?
So I just want to say thank you to Auburn. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, Auburn.
Yeah.
Because Vanderbilt losing to UNLV is no longer the worst loss in the SEC this year.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. So,
do you have the image from what I did today?
The image from what you did? Which one?
The desk.
Oh, yes, but I have to find it because all of my slides disappeared. I can find it. No, hang on. I got it. Because you PDF'd it, right?
Yes.
You changed it to PDF, right?
I did.
Yes, I do. Here it is. Sarah says the only team in the SEC I hate worse than Alabama is Auburn, and they both lose. Auburn winning it up 12-7. Look at me something like Chris. One is slightly more believable. Seth,
there's nothing believable about Auburn beating Alabama.
I don't even understand. How do you get in here, man? What is your secret? What is your secret? So Cody trolled the absolute living crap out of an Auburn fan at his work, which I love, by the way. I just wish you would have went even further and got there like 2 hours ahead of schedule and did like Post-it notes with New Mexico State all over them and just did it all over the man's office.
So I was thinking about doing something like that. I had a little bit of time because he actually had to take a special test today, so he didn't come into the office for like an additional 2 hours. But I was like, I'm going to do something simple and just make it where I can have a giggle. And I was going to tape those LOLs everywhere, but I was like, I'm going to be nice today and just lay them neatly.
Oh, man. The look on people's faces in that stadium was just priceless. If I could, like, take screenshots of every single person's face.
Mm-hmm.
All 16 of them that were left, because they left about in the middle of like the second quarter.
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened. Did they just look ahead too far? Because the whole team looked like they weren't even on the field. They looked lethargic. They had no energy. Hugh Freeze wasn't even coaching. He kept clapping every time they did something halfway. You know, he reminded me, who's that Dallas Cowboys coach they had that got fired? What was his name? He went to the Giants. He was Cowboys coach forever. What was his name?
Jason Garrett?
Jason Garrett. Because no matter, I don't care if they're losing by 26. If they get a field goal, good job, guys. Good job. I call him the clapper. The guy would clap on like every single good thing they would do, even if they're getting blown out. That's what Freeze looked like.
I've got another image.
He had one quote that I liked. He said that he wanted to thank Peyton Thorne for setting them up so well for the punt.
Well, and last,
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
But and this is I'm going to share this too, because we'll get to the recap because I want to see the yardage. But check this out.
To see this place packed, I'm fucking tired of this shit. Fucking tired of this bullshit. Tired of this shit.
Oh man, I
got another one for you.
I don't get it, man.
If you know the history of Jerry Kill,
yeah,
he went to Minnesota. He was the first one to utter the phrase, "We're going to build it brick by brick." Before Butch Jones ever did, Jerry Kill said it at Minnesota.
Yeah,
but then the guy had health problems.
Yeah.
He had to quit mid-season at Minnesota.
Right.
Talked about going into retirement. He became the head coach at New Mexico State. Now, here's a tie. They paid New Mexico State $1.8 million for this.
Yeah. Yes.
But here you go. Check it out. Jerry Kill outside of Jordan Hare Stadium waiting on that $1.85 million.
He was waiting on it, boy. He was waiting on it. I love that. I love that. That's
we lost to UNLV, but that was just a return game from where they kicked their ass.
And if you listen, if you're not an SEC fan, I don't care. You should still follow SEC Shorts. They did a phenomenal one today,
dude. That was my favorite one of the year.
I wish we could put it on here, but I'm afraid they throw a fit for copyright. But
I'm actually friends with the guy that
part where it was
so
like,
talk to him.
Yeah. Oh, you do? You have a connection? Please do. That'd be awesome. Because man, those videos are just hilarious. If SEC Shorts is probably one of the funniest things about, and one of the things I look forward to every college football year. Let's just say that. But
there is a comment here.
Oh, there it is. Where?
And I want to address this comment.
Okay.
Seth says he wants somebody to hire Butch Jones and Derek Dooley.
God.
So let me explain. Yes, Arkansas State got beat 77 to whatever the score was. I don't remember.
Yeah,
and Butch Jones was on the sidelines crying.
Yeah.
That team is now 6-3 and going to a bowl game.
Yeah. The twilight zone of college football strikes again because I have no idea how the heck that happened.
That's called coaching.
So, yes.
My fighting G.J. Kinney's at Texas State allowed 77 over the weekend.
Blows
the weirdest game I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that
just blows my mind. I don't even know it.
LSU, Cody don't want to talk about women's basketball right now.
Yeah, well, I don't understand. Yeah, can we get an update on that? Is she causing more chaos? Like what is happening?
I don't think it's that. I think it's some other stuff
chaos.
That's more behind the scenes. I think it's more of Kim Mulkey is just like, hey, the only way for us to improve is to separate for a minute. And I think she's just giving her some time off, and then she'll be back soon.
No, sir. That 1.8 GPA finally got to her. And
I mean, that potentially.
And her mama and the other player's mama running their mouth at each other on TikTok or Instagram, whatever it was.
Her mama can't spell either. So.
Yeah, something's up there. Something is.
That's exactly what it is. It's a cat fight central.
Boy, I tell you, it's a weird deal there. So there we go. I think we've all collectively went over our bone crushers. Let's real quick hear from Bones Coffee, and then we will get into our recap. And boy, do we have a lot to go over, gentlemen. We have a lot. And because, we have all these games that transpired over this week, and we got all these rivalry games coming up. So Friday will be a jam-packed show, and we got a few games that we'll talk about again here shortly. But let's hear from Vandy Chris's favorite spokesperson. Here's Bones Coffee.
Sound the alarms. Something monstrously merry is coming to town. Introducing Bones Coffee's newest batch. Inspired by the giddy ghouls of Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Nice work, Bones Caddy. Rich premium coffee infused with frighteningly festive flavors. The Pumpkin King, Santa Jack, Frog's Breath, Rough Weather, and Mudslide Boogie. Can't make decisions by yourself? Order them all. Bones also makes a perfectly marvelous gift for everyone on your nice list.
And your naughty list.
Click the link to get these hauntingly holly jolly flavors delivered right to your door. And it's not just for holidays. Bones has coffee concoctions for all 365 days of the year. Bones Coffee and Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's terrifyingly tasty. This year, Bones Coffee will be yours!
You're listening to the Golden Boot Podcast. Stay golden.
All right, and it's so fitting. Do what?
It's funnier seeing it on the screen.
I know. It's hilarious because we just got done talking about it. Welcome back to the Golden Boot Podcast. Let's get into these recaps, gentlemen, and I guess we'll start right off with this.
So real quick before I talk
Chris.
about this game, I just wanted to tell everybody, if you're a Nightmare Before Elm Street fan, Bones Coffee does have the Nightmare Before Elm Street Christmas edition gift pack.
Nightmare Before Christmas?
Nightmare Before Christmas,
okay.
Whatever.
Nightmare Before Elm Street. That's Freddy Krueger. I'm pretty sure that's not the same deal there.
Nightmare Before Christmas, they have a gift pack. It's really nice setup. You get 5 bags of coffee for like $40. So pretty nice deal.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get in these recaps now. Before we do that, I'm going to challenge everyone in here. Share this just one time with somebody new that you've never shared it before with, and let's build this base. We appreciate it so much, and it's been an awesome show. But let's get in these recaps. Go ahead, Cody. Kick us off.
Yeah, so here's a funny joke for you. Do you remember the time that Auburn beat Mississippi State and beat Cal, and then the fact that Mississippi State beat Arizona, who's near the top of the pack, and yet they lose to New Mexico State? Football math is hilarious sometimes.
Well, football math this year in 2023 is hilarious, but nothing is more hilarious than the stat line. Look here.
Yes.
Auburn's total yards, 213. New Mexico State at 213.
See, that's what blows my mind. I mean, and penalties were identical. Third down conversions, 2 of 10. Auburn basically did what Arkansas did against Auburn. Just could not move the ball. First downs only had 12. That time of possession, though, my God.
Yeah.
38 minutes and 50 seconds to 21 minutes and 10 seconds. I mean, come on.
I mean, but listen, I watched this game. This was not a game. This was not even a close ball game. New Mexico State took Auburn to the woodshed. There was no defense. There was no offense. It was over. It was not. It was crazy. That was probably the crowd. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Man, I have to break the news.
What?
Apparently, Seth got some bad information. We did not win against Bye Week. Bye Week beat us 72-3. It was the ugliest Bye Week win I've ever seen.
And they were only a 24-point favorite.
Yeah.
God, somebody should have bet the under on that. Woo! Golly. Troy says undersized and slanted the chit out of the big boys. Yeah, for real. James Fender. What's up, dude? I don't know what your comment. I can't see your comment, but James, what's up?
I was the one that predicted that New Mexico State was going to beat Auburn.
You sure did.
I did. I called it.
I will give you credit. Someone predicted this on Friday. I don't remember which one of y'all did. No, it was absolutely Chris. You know why it was Chris? Because Chris is crazy enough to do it. I'm not crazy enough to do it.
There were two that I called that I got right that nobody else got.
Yeah. What was your other one?
Well, what was your other one? I guess we'll see it.
We'll get to it. I'll remember when I see it.
So final 31-10. My God. You just wow. Auburn, I don't even know what to say other than Alabama, who's clicking on all cylinders. And by the way, if they win out, more than likely we'll get in the playoff. So you better watch it.
If they win out, they're in.
Yeah. Troy, thank you. It's okay if you don't have any friends. You can find somebody else's friend to share it to. Florida Mizzou. This game, man. Did anybody watch this? Put in the comments if you watched this game. I watched it.
That boys can kick, man.
Well, it ain't even that. Florida, Billy Napier, and Tim didn't see it this way. Tim Bailey with his antics. I love you, Tim, but my God. Sometimes you just don't need to comment on stuff I thought. I said Billy Napier. I said Florida Napiered this win, and I mean it because it seems like Billy Napier finds ways to lose ball games, and Florida found a way to lose this one. All they had to do was stop a 4th and 17.
Yep,
that's all they had to do. Stop a 4th and 17, and you just beat Missouri at home. And literally, you let Luther Burden, of all wide receivers,
go uncovered
wide open down the middle of the field to convert a 4th and 17. And I'm like, what are y'all doing?
And he didn't just get the 17. He got about 30.
No, he got 26 yards on the play. Like, all you had to do was sit there and keep them from converting a 4th and 17.
I feel Florida's pain because all Vanderbilt had to do was knock down a pass against UNLV, and we're going to overtime with all the momentum. And a freshman DB got burnt bad.
Somebody in the comments needs to go back and hear how many times Chris says Vanderbilt and then take a shot and see if you're under the legal limit. All right.
Oh, shut up, Lord.
So this one was very interesting. Florida played up to Mizzou's level.
Man, Trevor Etienne is good.
He is very good. He outrushed.
Ricky Pearsall had a great game as well.
Yeah, I know. It was interesting. Missouri did enough to beat this one. Cody Schrader had a really good game again. Mm-hmm. He's probably one of my favorite running backs in college football. And I don't remember who's Missouri's quarterback. What's his name?
Brady Cook.
Yeah, Brady Cook. I'm bad with names, y'all. I know. I'm like, oh yeah, Missouri's quarterback's good. Missouri's running back's good. Brady Cook looked sharp in this one, and he has looked sharp all year. Which,
he really has.
which is a very surprising deal. And I think it's an underrated statement for Missouri's success. He has looked really, really good this year.
But when you get a transfer like Weiss and you have Burton on the other side,
yeah,
and then Cody Schrader in the backfield with you, you're going to look good.
Yeah, and their offensive line isn't bad either. So
in all honesty, Theo Weiss should have stayed at Oklahoma, I think, because he has been so overshadowed at Missouri this year. It's not even funny.
Oh, yeah, Seth, I missed your comment. I should have known that. If I'd seen the name Brady Cook, I'd have been like, oh yeah, duh. No, those are kidding. Oh my gosh. Reminds me of when UT lost to Florida on a last-second throw by Felipe Franks. Yes.
The best thing Felipe Franks ever did was decommit from LSU.
Sure. Best thing?
Yeah.
Because it put Joe Burrow?
And he was, out of high school, he was committed to LSU for like over a year.
Yeah.
And then last minute just flipped to Florida. And first I was pretty mad. And then I got to watch him play and
But anyway, this was a phenomenal game. What, Chris?
What's the next one?
Oregon State and Washington. Yeah, this is a really good game too. I did not watch this one, but I did catch highlights of this one. Very, very good. Oregon State, pretty well for the most part, dominated this ball game. Washington barely did enough.
Struggle.
The score reflects it. But look at the time of possession. 37-27 to 22 minutes. That's a huge deal there. It's a huge difference.
But isn't that a credit to Washington finally doing something that they've been criticized all year for not doing? All year the comments have been that they can't play defense.
Yeah.
And you give up 20 points in 40 minutes of time of possession. I'd say they played some defense finally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
everybody's so
it's
quiet.
True. Everybody said what?
Everybody's so quiet. Everybody's like,
well, I mean, I want to know. I want people in the comments here. If you watch this game, put in what you thought about this, because it looked like Oregon State. I mean, they were doing enough to win this ball game, and Penix just shut the door on it. So,
yeah.
But another great one out of the Pac-12. Once again, they've had some really good games this year.
It's really good.
It pays the bills.
That's my cousin telling me I need a new hobby.
I was wondering who he was talking to.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
I was like, hey, Blake, appreciate you joining in, man. This is absolutely.
In his prime, he was a stud athlete, I will say.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Oh.
Well, he might get on and talk about his time. This game here was great. Because I didn't expect Arizona to just blow. Because wasn't it 28-0 at one point?
Oh yeah, they went fast.
I mean, it was so quick, and I don't have Fafita's stats right in front of me, but passing yards 325. I'm guessing it was at least 300 passing. Yeah, dude, this kid every week continues to amaze me. This Fafita kid is just it's nothing. It's insane.
The question is though, what does he do in the off season?
I don't know.
Does he stay and buy into the Arizona program, or does he, consider other options?
Well, okay, let's see. Penix will be moving on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Bo Nix will be moving on, right?
Yep.
Caleb Williams presumably will be moving on.
Realistically, all you have is Cam Rising coming back.
Correct. If he stays, Arizona could be the favorite in the Pac-12.
Pac-12 won't exist next year.
They won't be in the pack, but
Well, yeah, they won't be in the pack. But you know what I'm saying? They may have a really good chance to keep their momentum.
Why would you want to go anywhere else?
Yeah, right? I mean, yeah.
I think in terms of
getting the Pac-12 is not going to be a thing, right? I keep forgetting that. It doesn't like.
Well, see, and Troy has a good point right here. So
yeah,
Arizona's bankrupt. They're considering getting rid of some of their athletic programs right now.
That's true. They're not going to do football.
So the reason I think that he could transfer, and that is a huge reason, but if he wants to get him a real NIL deal,
yeah,
I feel like he could do better at a different school.
True.
Oh no, because you got your head coach inviting your biggest booster that funds their NIL programs, inviting him out to practice.
Yeah.
He says, without, matter of fact, his exact words, without his $1 million donation, we wouldn't have an NIL program right now. And then he said he can come out to practice anytime he wants to. Why would you want to go anywhere? You've already got an NIL deal.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the starting quarterback. He's lost what, 1-2 games as a starter?
Like that, yeah.
And they weren't his fault. So
why would you want to go anywhere else?
I don't know. It remains to be seen. But the last thing I'm going to say about this game is the score absolutely is it. This game is a blaring example of how Utah plays well at home, terrible on the road. I mean, they hardly showed up in this game.
Yeah, and especially with the time of possession difference there too. That's just absurd.
Yeah, I mean, it was like their defense forgot how to play football, and Arizona just destroyed them. It was just ridiculous. TJ says Arizona is going to be tough for a few years. Yeah.
And something else about Arizona people don't realize, that's a first-year head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's scary
for real. With a backup quarterback and putting up and destroying really good football teams.
Yes,
and they were this close to beating Caleb Williams and USC before they really got things figured out. So
how did Mississippi State beat them?
I have no idea.
And I know Fafita wasn't the quarterback in that game.
Right.
I keep thinking that every time Arizona plays.
Arizona was supposed to be.
Mississippi State pull this off?
Because Arizona State was supposed to be bad, and they had Mississippi State had Arizona was supposed to be really bad, and Mississippi State had Will Rogers at the time.
True.
Now you flip that coin. Will Rogers gets hurt, doesn't fit the offensive scheme that they start running.
Yeah.
Move Noah Fafita in, and you got two programs going opposite directions.
Yeah.
They let Will Rogers throw the other day, and he couldn't
they did.
hit the broadside of a barn.
No. And it's bad. Now that Will Rogers doesn't have the Pirate, it's really bad. All right, moving on. Clemson, UNC.
This one blew my mind.
I did not expect Clemson to look as dominant.
That's the one I called.
It is, yes.
Yeah, you did.
Sure did.
You sure did. You called Clemson winning at home. I thought you were an idiot. But
yeah,
because I said
Clemson
like
was
really
a 4-point favorite. Then they went to 7.5 right before the game, and I was like, "This is ridiculous."
I think I remember saying something like, "Okay, Tim Bailey. Okay, Tim Bailey."
Yeah.
Well, I was right. I mean, you proved us all wrong. Shoot.
Yep.
I saw this and I was like, "How the heck is Clemson playing the way they are? Is UNC just posers? Is hiding behind Drake May? I mean,
I'm about to say Drake May and Omarion Hampton is all they have. Outside of that, well, they have a decent receiver, but defensively, clearly, if Clemson's putting up 466 on you, I mean that's. And also 38 minutes having the ball, that's a lot.
Let's be real about Clemson too. They're not a 4-loss team.
No, they're not. They're probably the best 4-loss. Well, they are the best 4-loss team in the country.
The whole thing with the game they lost with Duke, they dominated the entire game, except for the scoreboard. It's one of the weird games that happens every year where a team just dominates somebody and they lose.
Right.
And other than, they probably should have 1, maybe 2 losses.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a really good Clemson team that, for some reason, let a couple get away early in the season.
Yeah, the Duke game was a fluke. I mean, Duke was a good football team. I say was. We still have a game left in the season, but Duke is a good football team. But in all actuality, Duke should not have won that ball game against Clemson. So I agree. If they played up to where they were supposed to, they wouldn't have had the losses they had. But also, it was a weird year for Dabo Swinney. He wasn't himself this year. He hasn't been the last couple years. Arguably, and I'm just going to say this, arguably since they won that national championship with what's his name? Deshaun
Trevor
Watson.
Lawrence.
Well, Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson both. Dabo hasn't really looked the same. He doesn't look as dominant as they coach. Because you remember there was such a big push. Well, Dabo Swinney is going to be the next head coach at Alabama after Nick Saban leaves. I definitely don't see that happening now.
Well, and it's also he didn't really buy into the NIL.
He don't buy into the NIL. He don't do NIL much. And to run a program like that and to have that success when he had it creates so much pressure.
Yeah,
that it's hard to live up to that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Seth. I'll take that.
Yeah.
No.
27 combined years. Yes. True pros.
To be real, I did play high school football. My claim to fame is having a chance to tackle Kurt Warner when I was a senior in high school, and he was a freshman. And
you whipped.
I had both arms wrapped around him, and he got away.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my claim to fame.
Yeah, and I played for a team that because I was a military kid, he wouldn't put any instill any knowledge in me. So my dad
I played for a few years, and then I walked on to the SCLSU Mud Dogs and tried to be quarterback there. It just didn't work out.
Hey, you got to do what
you know,
got to do, right? Did they make
it all right though?
Boy?
We're super fans of the game. We look at it from a fan perspective. So
I will say I was trash at football, to be perfectly honest. I was never great.
I wasn't great either.
I did it for.
I'm a great arm coach, a couch coach, whatever.
Okay.
Football is my actually. I would say football is my worst sport. No, basketball was definitely my worst because that's the one that destroyed my knee. But
yeah. Okay, this is a fun one. And I
I get to have fun now.
Yeah, boy, you do.
I'm just gonna sit back and listen to this one.
So I was going to put a video up, because there was a video that was circulating that I thought was absolutely hilarious. So is it 2 years in a row or 3 years in a row Tennessee stormed the field? I think it's 2 years in a row. They stormed the field for something, right? So Seth says Rocky flop. That's all that matters. Y'all love football. Thank you, James. But yeah, this game was downright hilarious. But the video shows the very first play of the game, very touched, where Tennessee runs it all the way down for a score. Rocky Top goes nuts. Whatever. They ran a rushing touchdown to the house. Well, the video, somebody spliced together the score of 6-0 and Tennessee rushing the field. Which I thought was hilarious. I couldn't get the video to download. I would have showed y'all. But if you find it, it's great. And that's kind of what it felt like. After that 7-0 score, it would all fell downhill very quickly from there. And Georgia dominated them start to finish and took them to the dog pound, pun intended. Chris, what'd you see?
Well, I didn't really care to watch the game because I hate Tennessee with a passion. I make no secret about that. But what I did pay attention to was halftime.
Yeah.
And, Miss Dolly, I love Dolly. Great human being. She sends every child a book every year.
Mm-hmm.
Man, such a great person. I did hear that she has entered the transfer portal. And the biggest rumor so far seems to be she's leaning to a certain red and black school. In fact, there might be images of this.
There is. Did you get it? Pull up.
She's officially.
Me too.
She's officially a Georgia Bulldog.
I'm glad you found that because I had it and then all my stuff went away. Yeah, that's funny. And again, that's now 2 years in a row that Tennessee loses
badly
with Peyton Manning and Dolly Parton on the field. Blake, no, you're good, buddy. Dude. You're totally good. We don't get offended, and we just like to hang out and have fun. You fit in great here, so we won't take it too serious. You're good, man.
Isn't Tennessee's record like 1-20 with Peyton Manning in attendance?
I think so. It's pretty bad.
Something weird like that.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. Yeah. When Peyton comes to town, they expect an L, and I think I remember a Tennessee fan. I don't remember TJ. You back me up on this. There's a TJ fan. TJ. Oh my gosh. There's a TJ fan. There's a Tennessee fan that literally said that they're on Peyton watch because if Peyton steps in foot in the stadium, you might as well chalk it up as an L.
I think the only game they've won with him in attendance was the bowl game against Clemson.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I think you might be right. It's a pretty abysmal record. I'm not gonna lie.
Very much.
It's a pretty abysmal record. But let's switch sides here. So Tennessee has got a lot of figured out. Can we go ahead and say it doesn't look like Heupel, the hype is really there for Heupel, right? He had some, in my opinion, close to generational talent in the year they beat Alabama and all that stuff. Like Heupel didn't really have all the pieces together this year, and I think it absolutely showed at the end. Now, switching gears, though. Go ahead, Chris.
But there's an interesting dynamic with Josh Heupel.
Yeah.
Everywhere he has been, in year 3, the team goes backwards for some reason. At Oklahoma, his 3rd year as offensive coordinator, he got fired because they didn't do what they were expected to do. Missouri, year 3, their offensive numbers went backwards as the offensive coordinator. Then he goes to UCF, inherits a 12-0 program. First year he goes 11-1 or 12-1, whatever.
Yeah.
Second year he goes like 10-2. Third year he went 6-6.
Yeah.
Definitely went backwards. And his 3rd year at Tennessee, he definitely went backwards. Right. Something strange. I'm telling you, what I've seen, the more people see his offense and their style of play, the easier it is to defend. Because basically your pass routes, all they're doing is straight up the field and not really running routes. It's go downfield and get open.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And it becomes easier to defend the more you see it.
Yeah.
So
and I absolutely feel it. Hey, Blake, I appreciate it. We try to be solid. We definitely try to be solid. Seth has got a really good comment here. Georgia versus Bama game is going to be good. I wholeheartedly agree. No, I mean, you can disagree if you want to. I agree. I think it's going to be a really good game. God. Breaking news. Travis Kelce fumbled the football. Keep an ear out for a new T Swift.
I need a few more fumbles out of him for my fantasy game. So
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. But I agree with this. That is going to be one heck of a good SEC championship game, in my opinion.
I have low faith in that game, unfortunately. I actually think Georgia beats the hell out of them, to be perfectly honest.
I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think so.
But here's the thing. Alabama has gotten away with playing a bunch of weak opponents.
So is Georgia.
Tennessee's not weak.
No, Tennessee's not.
Missouri's not weak.
Neither is LSU.
That's the one team that Alabama's played.
I have to address this comment. First of all, Blake, I love you, buddy, but what the fuck? Pardon my language. I don't get invited to the Super Bowl?
Ooh.
No,
I mean,
that's awesome. Honestly, though, if I will say this, Blake's dad, my Uncle Terry, one of the best human beings that's ever existed on the planet.
Awesome.
If
I'll
anyone
quit sucking up.
to go to the Super Bowl, it's these two. And that is facts.
Quit sucking up.
We'll have to hear the rest of that story. I'm
super jealous, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I would be too. Heck yeah. I don't know, man. I feel what you're saying, but both teams are clicking on all cylinders, but in all actuality, I actually think hear me out. This may be a horrible crap take, but in all actuality, I think Alabama might have a better defense than Georgia, because they're better at stopping the run, number one, and I think their pass defense is a little bit better too, because it's been shown you can put points on Georgia if you attack their safeties and you target certain guys on the defensive line although it's really deep. But Georgia has not had the same run defense. Now Alabama hasn't ran the ball very well at all this year. They stick with it. But we'll see. I still think it's going to be close, and I think it's going to be a hell of a ball game.
See, and this is a good point too. Honestly, like that's the one thing I hate about the SEC is the power is just so high. Like especially in the championship game, they're going to beat the snot out of each other. They have to turn around and play an even tougher opponent. And my thing is though, is Bama going to get in if they beat Georgia?
Yes.
If they beat Georgia, yeah.
If Texas wins out, how can you put Alabama in over Texas?
I agree with that.
I agree.
You got to look at it from the committee standpoint. The committee factors in everything. They factor in injuries. They factor in strength of schedule. They factor all of that in.
Yep.
And by every metric, Alabama is ahead of Texas.
Correct.
Except for the
head-to-head match way early in the season.
Yes.
But it still happened.
It did, but at the same
time, the
time,
committee will look at it like first game, okay.
Yeah.
From there on out, Alabama was better at everything.
That's what I was going to say. So because it's the first game, I think they get a pass. If it was a game right in the middle of the season, absolutely not.
Right.
They'd be toast. But because it's in the middle, that's their only hope. We'll see. Knowing the committee, they'll probably do something completely opposite what I think. But
I think the only conference that stands a chance to get two teams in is the Pac-12.
Yeah. I don't know. Just an interesting deal. But that's our recaps, ladies and gentlemen. I know we talked about a little bit about our previews for these rivalry games, and I wanted to get everybody's thoughts on this. Put in the comments what game you'll be watching on Thanksgiving: NFL, college, whatever. I don't care, but I definitely want to know what your plans are on that. I've got a few I'm going to watch. I know that NFL, Dallas, and Detroit play every year, which usually is a very
Are we going to touch on the rivalry games, though?
Oh, yeah, we are. We're going to touch on them right now. But
Detroit Dallas though, that's a heck of a game.
Well, it's not. I don't think they're playing each other, are they?
Oh, I thought you were saying they were. I haven't looked at the NFL.
No. Detroit. It's usually for Thanksgiving. There's two teams that play. Detroit and Dallas are the two teams that always play, and then they play somebody. Just so happens that I believe they play the Packers, because I believe that's. Let me see here. Let me look up and see. Detroit.
Okay. Lions, Packers, Commanders, Cowboys.
Thursday, 11:30 a.m. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So at 11:30, Green Bay plays the Lions on Thanksgiving.
I can tell you, I will not be watching any of that. It's not a chance.
I can tell you that. I can tell you this: do not bet against the Lions on Turkey Day ever.
No, you don't. It's bad to do that. They're really good on Turkey Day. I agree. I just hope that we finally figure out some way to win. We'll see. They dog stomped us at home, and we're in their house, so we'll see how that goes.
So
I'd make a suggestion for the Packers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a trade.
Trade for who?
Send the Tennessee Titans an offensive lineman that can actually block somebody, and you can have Ryan Tannehill.
There you go.
We don't have an offensive lineman that can block somebody, though.
You got to have somebody better than what the Titans got.
Well, that's true, but no, we don't. We don't. We absolutely do not. It is 20-17. Philadelphia just scored on Kansas City. 6 minutes, 20 seconds left. Good ball game. Good ball game.
So obviously the Egg Bowl will be the Thanksgiving Day game. That's the only game on Thanksgiving in college.
Only game on Thanksgiving. Yep.
Since we're going to be talking about the SEC, I want to do a quick shout out real quick to In Off the Bench podcast. They're friends of ours. They have a new line of merch that's coming out, and they're doing SEC affiliated colors. If you're not familiar with who In Off the Bench is, they are a podcast that essentially interviews college athletes, mainly baseball, but they really branched out into getting other sports in there. Yeah. And they really focus on the athlete stories, and it's a good show to watch. And one thing I really like about them now is Jim Cross, who is the host of the show, he is actually getting involved with NIL deals and everything and really setting these athletes up. And he has a new NIL Collective website coming out that's going to make it even easier for athletes to make some money. But right now you can go to Memphisity, apparel.com, and you can actually get these shirts and hoodies right now, and they're very fair price. You can get your custom color to your team. But if you haven't checked them out, you need to check out In Off the Bench.
Love it.
And we will talk about them a lot during baseball.
Yes, we will. Only thing I'm watching on Thanksgiving is the desserts going in my mouth. But this weekend, I'm going to be watching the Doors beat the hell out of the Vols. 12-7, baby.
He has a good point there. And so I want to ask you guys, on Thanksgiving, do you focus on the sweet side or the savory side?
Man. So I'm just going to say this. I am not a huge turkey fan. I know Thanksgiving's about turkey. I cook it. No, I cook it where it's not dry. There's a secret to that. I found a recipe by none other than Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay can cook anything. And I could cook the heck out of some turkey. Man, it's not my favorite. But like, pack on the carbs. I love me some green bean casserole, mashed potatoes. Actually, like, my favorite is twice baked potato casserole. So good. You gotta give me some rolls. You gotta give me some cranberry sauce.
I need my deviled eggs.
It's gotta be homemade. Ooh, deviled eggs.
Okay.
Ooh. Man after my if anybody in this room says macaroni and cheese, y'all are disqualified. Disbarred.
Macaroni's not a Thanksgiving food for me.
I don't care, but I'm still
I accept it because I'll
eat it if somebody brings it. No.
You give me the ham, the mashed potatoes, and there's a secret to mashed potatoes. When you make the mashed potatoes, you got to put a little bit of mayonnaise in it to make it creamy.
Okay, that's true. I've heard that.
I've never put mayonnaise in my potatoes.
Try it. You'll never regret it.
I like
just
honestly,
put
Bob
butter.
Evans mashed potatoes. They're my favorite.
So
Or put butter and a little bit of milk, and it does the same thing.
Or heavy whipping cream. Sure.
I got my ham. I got my mashed potatoes. I got my green bean casserole. I got my rolls. I got my mac and cheese. I got my candied sweet potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Or candied yams, whichever. It's the same difference. Candied yams, basically.
Savory because wait too long.
And then when it comes to the dessert, you better look out because my mama makes this old Southern recipe called butter rolls.
Butter rolls.
It's a sweet white sauce and miniature cinnamon rolls. Oh my God. I will die eating them things.
I guess I know where I'm going for.
Yeah, I guess I need to come to freaking Columbia and eat some freaking daggum.
But see, for me, I don't eat desserts on
Thanksgiving at his
Thanksgiving. I don't have enough room in my stomach after I'm done eating.
I mean, that's
three
true. I don't.
plates.
I usually eat dessert like 3 hours after, 4 hours after, like as before dinner.
I'm only eating 2 or 3 deviled eggs with my meal.
Ooh.
But after the leftovers, you better look out because I'm stabbing your hand if you try and take my deviled eggs.
Poor Marla. Poor Marla.
Man, I'm telling you, like, because here's the deal, okay? And I wish I had the thing, but every year it's like, what is it? 4 years in a row. It's this narrative. I don't know if this is a northern thing. Somebody from the West Coast, somebody from the West Coast, somebody in here tell me. Macaroni and cheese. Is it a Thanksgiving deal or not? Because in the South,
meal with mac and cheese.
In the South, it is not in the South. There's nobody in the
I
South.
don't think it is, but I will
that
eat
is doing a macaroni and cheese.
I never had mac and cheese on Thanksgiving Day until I came to the South.
Interesting. I mean, I will say this: if you do a potluck style
Thanksgiving dinner did you go to?
It was done at a public restaurant.
Well, it's a public restaurant. Mac and cheese for kids, probably. You just sat at the kids' table. That's the thing. Like, I remember watching on Good Morning America. On Good Morning America, they were talking about on the Thanksgiving thing that macaroni and cheese, people were Googling how to make macaroni and cheese on the East Coast, and that was their Thanksgiving top Googled thing on Thanksgiving. I'm like, first off, who the hell don't know how to make mac and cheese? Second of all, why are you doing that on Thanksgiving? You gotta have stuffing? Really? You gonna do that over stuffing? Like, give me some. What's that box stuffing? What's that?
Oh, stovetop.
Give me that all day.
I don't need stovetop.
No, I don't want the homemade stuff. Give me that. Give me a whole gigantic 80-gallon saucepan full of stuffing. I'll eat it all.
My cousin Blake, his mama made the best stuffing I ever had in my life.
James Fender says banana pudding. Man, if there's some banana pudding on the table, I would destroy it. You ain't lying. I might do that. I might get the stuff and make it.
My favorite part about Thanksgiving, though, is getting my sub roll the next day.
Yeah.
And putting me some dressing on there, some cranberry sauce, some gravy, some turkey, making me a big old sub. Whew. Add green bean casserole to it, and it's a game changer.
I like making what's it called? I call them Thanksgiving sandwiches. That's literally where you take your dinner roll, you put potatoes on it, you put some turkey on it, you put some whatever else, your green bean casserole on it, smash it together. Man, you talk about an amazing leftovers. Oh, dude.
So look at your messages, Cody and George.
What did you do? Southernplate.com, old time dessert, old fashioned butter rolls. Oh, dude, you just made my night.
Oh my god, I'm sending that to the wife. I'm gonna get her to whip that one up. That sounds delicious. I'm a fat cat. I really am. I like to eat. But see, here's the thing for me though. when I snack around, that's when I eat my sweets. I'm not a big sit down for dessert person. Never have been. Like even with birthday cakes, I might have one piece, but I'm not going back for more.
I ain't lying. That's what I do. I sit here and snack in front of my computer.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. So yeah, I mean that's so.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess so now that we got so far off track on Thanksgiving stuff, because it is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
By the way, I found my Snorlax.
Yeah, that's gonna be me on Thanksgiving.
But yeah,
right.
The butter roll. It's
roll me down the street.
It's a miniature. It's a bite-sized cinnamon roll. And you put them in your pan and you bake them, and then you cover them in this sweet white sauce. Oh my God, it's heaven on fire.
Disrespect Oreos. What? Seth said, "How are you going to disrespect Oreos?" Well, how did you disrespect Oreos? I must have missed that.
Hey, the golden Oreos. That's mine.
He got the Walmart brand.
Yeah, I got the Walmart brand.
There's certain things that I will not eat off brand of, and one of them is Pop-Tarts. You can't
Oreos.
Hate me.
Oreos is me. Because honestly, here's the way I think about it. If I want cookies, I'm gonna get cookies. If I want Oreos, I'm gonna get Oreos. If I don't have the money for Oreos, I ain't gonna be getting some. I ain't settling and getting some crap Oreos. I'll just wait and get the money and get Oreos later.
I'll eat the crap Oreos too. I don't care.
It was one of them things where working 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, it was a quick trip into Walmart, and I just grabbed the first batch I saw.
There you go.
Well, kudos to you, my
friend. It was double stuffed. They got to be double
stuffed. Yeah. If anybody watching this show thinks we're not just normal people, here's we're definitely normal dudes. Yeah. Thank you, Seth. Dude, I agree. I'm not getting generic Oreos. That's just me. But it ain't a money thing. It's not a snob thing. If I'm getting the real thing. I don't care if I got to take the last time out of my bank account. Double stuffed Walmart is a normal Oreo. Get triple stuff. So that means you have to get double stuff and then get another bag of another thing of just regular stuff and then stuff them together yourself. Like how do you get triple stuff? Is that a thing? I'm gonna Google that right now. I'm gonna Google that right now. Is triple?
Seth has come up with a new invention. You better trademark that idea, Seth.
No,
hang on. No, it's a thing. One. It's a triple double Oreo, and there is absolutely. Oh my gosh, that is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I bought it before. It's a lot, but it's so worth it.
It's called the most stuff, and it's like the picture has that. It's like this thick cream,
and it actually is that thick too.
That's too much.
And let's be real. James is right here.
Yeah.
You take the test. You take one from one pack and one from another pack, and nobody can tell the difference. Do you know why they can't tell the difference? Do you know why they can't tell the difference? Because they're made by the same company. They just put them in a different packaging.
That I buy. I do buy that.
I can tell the difference. I will say this, though. Generic Oreos can go all day long in cookies and cream ice cream. I don't care.
Yeah, I was about to say, in cookies and cream ice cream, I can't tell any difference in anything. It just, as long as I get that Oreo piece in there, I'm happy.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Talking to
that's my go-to today. Dairy Queen. And I was born and raised in a town that's got the #1 Dairy Queen in the world. And
vanilla cookie or chocolate cookie?
The vanilla all day. I refuse to go back to the chocolate.
I'm so glad I got a thing of chocolate chip cookies, because if I didn't have any cookies, all y'all be blocked on Facebook. I'd be ticked off. It's 10 o'clock at night. Everything's closed down in my little one stoplight town. I'd be mad as a wet hen. So I'm glad I got some freaking cookies. Yeah.
But
I guess I'll close. Go ahead. What?
But you know who's going to be mad as a wet hen?
Chris drinks Cobra beer while we're drinking Bud Light.
I don't drink Bud Light.
We don't
Actually,
drink
no.
Bud Light, bro.
If I'm going to drink a beer,
Bud Light is dead to me.
It's going to be Kronenberg, straight from Germany.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you are German, aren't you?
Yeah. And Kronenberg.
Yeah.
When I did my 6-month med cruise, we stopped in Toulon, France, and I got to drink some Kronenberg in one of the pubs there. Oh my!
Yeah.
The best beer I've ever drank. Second best beer.
Right.
You're gonna laugh is Lowenbrau Light.
Yeah.
It went
Well,
down
I'm sure
first
I know what you were going to get at. Speaking of people that are going to be mad as a wet hand, are you going to say Arkansas is?
Well, the Friday after Thanksgiving, you know.
Shut up.
In the battle line rivalry, Missouri's just a flat out better team.
Yeah. Didn't mean to say it.
Go Hogs, baby. Go Hogs. There.
I hope so. That would be. Oh, and by the way, one of my bone crusher until I got thrown off was Hunter Yurachek said today, big old middle fingers to all the media out there. I'm sticking with my guy Sam Pittman. So anybody that said I was wrong can go suck it because I was right the whole time. They didn't get rid of him, and I knew it. So I know my football, especially Arkansas football, because I'm unfortunately going to be in this spiraling death, whatever.
So guess what happens?
Anyway, what happens?
If Vanderbilt happens to upset Tennessee this week and Missouri holds serve,
big shot.
Arkansas will still lead for the most last place finishes in the SEC.
God.
Because we'll tie for last place this time.
Yeah.
I'm begging for that win. Begging for that win.
It's not happening. I'm sorry. It's not happening. It's just not. All right. Well, let's close out the show with something really positive. We haven't shown this yet. We got an update on our boy Benjamin Franklin. If you watched that show, what was it, about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, somewhere around there? I can't remember exactly when it was. He's got an update on his career stats, and I want you to look at this. Benjamin Franklin going to the Naval Academy. He's got 4,485 career rushing yards, school record. 2,346 rushing yards, school record. 7 touchdowns in a game, school record. 365 rushing yards in a game, school record. 58 career touchdowns. 33 touchdowns.
How is that not a school record, by the way? How is the 58 not a record?
58 career touchdowns. Yeah.
Still.
The brother of his head coach is Eli Woodard, and he had 59 career touchdowns.
Oh, my gosh.
But he played for 5 years, too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, and then all of these first-team offense running back, first-team offensive MVP, back of the year, all region. I think he's a finalist for Mr. Football in Tennessee.
Yep.
We had him on the show. Just a great guy. Really excited to see where he goes. And there's a video of him out there somewhere dunking because it's basketball season. That's why we weren't able to get him on yet and to pick his brain. But there is, you can find it. Benjamin Franklin, he dunks the snot out of that ball right over.
Ben Franklin 3340 on Twitter.
Yeah, buddy. And we were very excited to interview him. But anyway, that's your and he's going to take the high school spotlight again this week. We got his updated stats. I know it's a smaller school, but I don't care who you are. If you put almost 5,000 career rushing yards in any school, you're doing something. So the fact that you haven't been injured and had something happen to you is just short of a daggone miracle. 5,000 career rushing yards. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah.
And I can't. his goal is to have 4 dunks in a game in basketball.
What?
And season opening game, he
Time
got
out a minute.
He got a dunk.
What do you mean there y'all are? JQ, I am very disappointed in you, first off, because we're always live at 8:30 on a Monday, and you're just now getting in here at 10 o'clock? Really? Really?
We were waiting, too.
We were waiting. It's all right. I'm just kidding. Friday. Okay, but listen, Black Friday. Before we get out of here, Black Friday, we are going to be live. Black Friday.
Yes.
8:30 p.m. Central, 9:30 Eastern. Do not miss it. We got a lot to go over. There's a lot of really good games this week. It is rivalry week. I cannot say that for some reason. There's a lot of stuff we're going to be talking about. Good genetics. Yeah, right. Will Clark's boy on the sidelines this weekend coaching the team? Oh, his boy. Ooh, that's a good question. Or will he be playing? Or will he be playing with the mutt?
That's a sore subject for Vanderbilt fans because, my opinion, he belongs nowhere on the football field during a game.
That must be a.
I mean, he might could call some better plays than his dad.
God Almighty!
I wonder if Minnie Clark would settle for a run up the middle on 3rd and 20 at the 50-yard line.
Play for the punt?
And play for the punt.
Yeah. Probably.
Or I wonder if he'd say, "I'm glad our quarterback didn't turn it over." So
can we turn that into a meme where like it's settling for way less than you should, and it's playing for the punt?
Oh, we're going to
a picture of like some like really jacked dude. No, picture of some really jacked dude with like a really butt ugly like 700-pound woman or something like that. No offense to anybody who's that size, but and then just say, sorry, I was playing for the punt. I mean, it's just it's comic. It's that comical. Like,
okay, I got to answer this question.
AJ or Seals?
If it's not AJ Swan, Candace Lee and Clark Lee should be fired on the spot before the game even kicks off.
Q, y'all need to get Kenny to agree to a punishment if Auburn loses. Dude's getting the whole CFD family to agree to things if they win. Dude, you ain't lying. He needs a punishment, okay? He got his absolute ace kicked against New Mexico State. He thinks he's going to be able to – he still thinks he's going to be able to pull out an Alabama win. You're right. He should have some kind of punishment.
Yeah. Yep.
Put CJ back in. What's it say?
Put
CJ back there. He played
quarterback.
QB in high school. Yep. Yeah.
He did.
Send me out there in the stands. I can do better. Good show. Thank you, James. I
For
can
the
get us
Warren
into
County Warriors.
punting. I can get us into punting territory. Oh, jeez. That's funny.
Do you know who I don't think is going to punt very much this weekend?
What?
I don't think Oregon is going to punt very much this weekend.
Yeah. I don't think so either. I don't think so at all, man. Pioneers, not Warriors. Yeah, for real.
That's right.
Well, I think we finally got through it in a record time because I thought we were going to be here all night with all the stuff we need to talk about. But wow, I mean, it's been one heck of a show, gentlemen, and kudos to everybody out there. Real quick before we leave, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, share, whatever it is, whatever the button says on the screen that you need to do on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, everything, email, all of it. Follow us, like, share it. It helps us out so much. There's been so many people in here. So let's let's.
So I have to
go ahead,
ask.
Chris. I know you were going to say something. What?
Cannon County?
Next county over. Huh?
Is that Cannon County?
And we'll find out in a minute. Yeah, that's been the Golden Boot Podcast. We'll catch you guys Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Central, 9:30 Eastern. Do not miss it.
Okay.
There you go. Now you know exactly where he is. Do not miss it. It's going to be a great show. We may even have some special guests on. I know I've been talking to some individuals that are in our comments quite often, so we may be able to get them in. Every time I go on YouTube, I have to resubscribe. Weird,
That's
James,
wild.
but thank you for the subscription anyway. I don't know. You may have to just log in. I don't know how to fix that one. But either way, I'm very excited for Friday, so do not miss that. It's going to be awesome. You're going to see me in hangover mode because I'll have ate my weight in mashed potatoes probably. I have a buddy of mine from work coming, and he said, make sure that there's a bathtub of mashed potatoes. Like, that's a very interesting measuring mechanism for.
I want to see this bathtub. Is all I'm saying.
Ask Sarah about it because she's the one that said there will be a bathtub of mashed potatoes at my house. So we'll see what that consists of. I'll take a picture of said bathtub and let y'all know. But anyway, either way, check us out on. We'll be re-uploading this. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. There is going to be more content coming to that. We're working some things out to get some YouTube shorts and some different things. So, with that being said, I think we've covered everything we need to cover. Go ahead, Chris. What were you going to say?
We might even be playing around trying to get some Facebook shorts out there as well.
Yes.
Find out some information. We're going to look into that and play around with it.
Yes. And stay tuned because there may be some opportunity later on for what just happened. Where'd you go? Okay. Either way, doesn't matter. Technical difficulties are great. Thank you so much, guys. From the bottom of our heart, thank you. We could not do this without you guys. So good. So awesome. So amazing to have you guys in our comments. Just incredible. Appreciate you guys so much. This has been the Golden Boot Podcast. Stay golden, everybody. We will see you Friday night. Do not miss. And thank you so much again. Stay golden. Ball.
Anchor down, baby. Anchor down. Anchor down.
I love it. Take care, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.